so nervous.
All right, and there we are. Let's go ahead and kill the music. And bum bum bum. Here we are for season 3 of Ashland by Night, Dark Embrace. Missy is looking particularly intimidated. She's like, "Holy shit! I haven't done this for 2 weeks." So I hope everybody is having a good time so far, and is dealing with said virus outbreak.
Did you just spill coffee down my back? Yes. Yes, you did.
And we have a
Sorry.
technical foul.
Yeah. My butt just got anointed with coffee.
Great way to bring up the show. Yay! Butt coffee.
Butt coffee. Go away.
Fill to the rim with Folgers.
Oh my.
This is streaming, son.
It's
You're-
the best
you're
part of
on.
waking up.
Yeah, is Folger in your bum?
Is Folgers in your butt? So, at any rate, with that all being
Right.
said, Toph, stop that. And you're trying to paw on me. So we have some different characters from our usual cast that we have, as some of them are still in torpor or healing. There are
Or
others.
just alive.
There are others that are burnt, but are still walking and jacked up, and then there are others that are using new characters. So, so if they seem a little different, it's because they are. And you'll also note we're doing something a little bit different for this game for all of the month of April. We're doing a subscription bonus, which is right there smack dab in the middle of the screen. If you subscribe to this channel, either by purchasing a subscription or using your free Twitch Prime subscription that you get for being a Twitch Prime subscriber, which is also Amazon Prime if you haven't figured that out and linked the two. Either way, if you do, you will give your favorite player a free retest for every game that they play in here at Lost Tribes Gaming. So it's not just the one. It can be claimed at any game that they happen to participate in. So that also includes Firefly, and that also includes Cyberpunk. So, hey, what's going on, Davy Jones? With that being said, so it's most everybody has something along those lines floating around out there. So if you guys like to do that, go right on ahead. If you do end up subscribing and capitalizing on this, just shout it out in the chat. Let us know who it is that you're giving the giving your subscription in essence to the free re-roll or retests or whatnot, and it's going to be treated just like a fifth ed. It's going to be treated as an advantage, so that means that they get to choose the better of the two rolls rather than just roll and that's the roll they have to take. So going to kind of give them the little oomph.
Look! You if you botch from now on, Brittany, you could possibly not botch.
Or I could botch twice.
Well, yeah.
Only you would go there.
I
would start a Hall of Fame of bad rolls if that's something that happened, because at that point, I think we've reached a new level of epicness where rolls just are utterly out against you.
In that case, I think new dice would be in order.
We're going to get some video footage of a Sledgehammer and Brittany during one of her days in having to work remote and just shattering each die individually.
I switch to digital dice. See how that goes.
I can't. I have to use.
I'm just saying, it's an option.
I've tried it. There's a dice roller app that's on that I have. I forget what it's called offhand, but I have it on my phone. I think it's Prime Dice or Primal Dice or something like that. You can even shake your phone, and it acts like it's rolling.
No, I think that might be my problem though.
Shaking
is the
the phone?
shaking part.
Oh, I have a ritual about my dice. I'm seriously, yeah.
Get them blessed by a witch doctor. Like,
No. No, that would mess him up.
And just to let you know, we do have Bear
I have
with us
good
right
Christian
now.
dice, thank you.
Beautiful.
The remains of his fangs and dust.
Bear is no more.
Yep, unfortunately.
I tried to stop you, but
Yeah.
no.
So with that game starting off, so it is now 1 week from the events of last game. The hunters, there hasn't been any word on the hunters um, or really anything that's happened from there on out. It's been oddly quiet. The ones that are missing are still missing. There haven't been any updates, mostly because the vampires that call Ashland home have been really beat up for the most part, and or just kind of hiding from the trauma. However, the few of you that are still up and about have decided to organize a anarch equivalent of a get together, like a gathering. I'll let you guys decide where you want that to take place. But that is the idea behind tonight. Everybody is coming together, new and old, to talk about the city and find out a path to go forward. So, since you seemingly lost the most, Brittany, we'll let you decide where this gathering is going to take place.
So Sophie is already awake, or
So, Sophie is already awake, yes.
okay. We should probably do it at Colin's house.
To just invite
Because
everybody over to Colin's place?
Well, because it's the best guarded at this point.
Okay.
Much as I hate to open it up to just anybody.
Yeah, we're just anybody.
Well, I'm just saying I don't know these people, some of them. But
So that works. So as far as security is concerned, really the only person who has that capability to do that as of this point would be Miriam. So is Miriam calling any of the family to help watch the place, or what is she doing?
Oh, most definitely. She's gonna grab Vinny and get him to get the Utes and a couple more. Any other spirits that can be of use. Um, you know, basically anything really that we can use right now because, yeah, no.
Okay.
And they are to come heavily armed.
Well, or the equivalent thereof.
Or well, yeah, Vinny can't come heavily armed, but yeah, Vinny can come really pissed off.
Yeah,
So.
it's a little more challenging for a race
how
to
is
show
that
up with.
different from usual?
No, I've seen him in a good mood. He only said fuck twice.
So the evening has just started off. The council members who survived are actually still here at Colin's home, aka Sophie's home. Hesperia at this point is still kind of tucked away down below. Thankfully, the door to the basement is pretty secure. So it's not like anybody is going to get down there without really being seen or heard, unless, of course, you had like Silence of Death from an Asimite and had the ability and time to pick this pretty hefty lock, so or flat out break it. So Hesperia is still down there recovering, not quite up and about at this point. I think that's really about it as far as everybody else. Remus is still missing.
Okay.
And you haven't heard from many of the other vampires. The one thing that you do note is when Hesperia was brought back and laid down in a secured corner, that coffin-looking unit refrigerator thing that you saw before when you were recovering from the daylight raid is left open. and there's nothing in it.
Mm.
But word for tonight has been put out to the new people who have showed up into town and in one form or fashion helped out the council and have been given like usually like a text of some kind of just an address and just a brief, hey, we're meeting, we're trying to get to know each other under better circumstances, hope to see you.
Okay, well, I guess we could, be nice, apply some blood, something.
That is going to be difficult to obtain on the ready, given the fact that there is still a state of alarm in the town. So just to let you guys know, not impossible, just more difficult.
Well, when we left off,
Mhm.
the last thing I did was leave to go hunting to go get blood to bring back. That was a lot.
Mhm.
So. How successful was I at that?
Uh, we'll say that you were able to bring back 2 people.
Okay.
I mean, you're only one person, and knocking somebody out and securing them, and then doing it to somebody else. You could probably have pulled that off without too much difficulty, and without too much attention.
Well, I've got Robert with me, my ghoul.
Mhm.
So, but he can only a 2-man lift kind of thing.
Yes,
He's not a fighter or anything like that.
right,
So
exactly. He's just there more for utility purposes, not for the actual assistance of the hunting.
right.
So, at least for, like I said, at least for right now, that's kind of where you're at. You may be able to, once things die down, figure out a way to get into the blood bank, or figuring out safer ways to make people vanish, for food. But because of the fact that there was such a high hunter activity, it's just prudent not to go around doing very blatant predatory things of that nature in town. What's up, Rebecca?
Um, Miriam is a doctor and does have medical contacts.
Mm-hmm.
So can I use some of that to help out?
You can, but I can tell you that this is something Miriam would have already done because Miriam's actually been up this whole time as opposed to
Yeah.
in torpor or whatnot.
Yeah.
And they're taxed. I mean, there was a lot of damage that happened, and there's a lot of emergency medical need around the town due to the
Okay.
attacks, even a week later.
Okay. Not a problem.
And in fact, if you recall, your blood stores that were at the morgue,
House. Oh,
they were at the morgue, were all drained.
doesn't mean I wouldn't have replaced it.
No, but you haven't had the time to do so at this point.
Okay.
So, like I said, it's not impossible. It's just limited right now. So just be aware. So, we'll say the first person showing up at this point. Sorry. Missy, what was your character's name again?
Dottie.
Dottie. There we go. Okay, so Dottie, you're showing up. Rebecca, Rachel, and Brittany, you guys are already there at the house. The 2 Utes and a couple unfamiliar associates of the family are kind of watching the house. They're walking the grounds and just making sure everything looks all right. Dottie, when you come pulling up, it's an older house, probably built in the 80s, early 80s. Has a kind of a rustic look, blends in well with the aesthetic of the mountains and forest that it's around. The road coming up to this place could probably use some work, but it's not. It's not completely like wrecked or destroyed. It's just it's old and rugged. The driveway is gravel, and then there's even like stacks of wood lined up against the side of the house for winter time. There's actually a 2-car garage with the door down. Very well. If you didn't know vampires were assembling here, very cleaverish.
Very suburban.
Yeah. Matthew Broderick could have appeared in one of his movies in this house, something
Gotcha.
along those lines. Yeah.
Nice.
But you come pulling up. There's already a couple cars out here, so the way it looks just from the outside at this point, almost like somebody's having a get together. So pretty nondescript, but you do see some folks, hanging out and just chatting out front when you come pulling up. We cannot hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
My button got stuck, sorry.
Dope.
So out of character, have I reunited with my other party?
Refresh my memory. Your other part.
Charlie, my ghoul.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
you're able to track them. You're able to track that person down. Charlie basically had taken your truck and ran to get it away after all the nonsense that happened, and you managed to track him down. So that part wasn't a problem. You just went to presumably a truck stop not far away. And I hate to say it because it sounds kind of stupid, but you're like, okay, well, let's go someplace he would have been familiar with first. And
Yeah.
That's where you found him.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and have Charlie drop me off.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have him not go up the windy road. So I'm probably just going to, depending on how far of a walk it is, I'm just going to go ahead and walk the length of the gravel road up. And
Sure.
Kind of just got my shirt on and just kind of adjust myself before I get up to the people that are chatting outside. And hello, how are you?
What's up? So, who are you?
I'm Dottie. Who are you?
This is Rick. This is Jimmy. I'm sorry, you a part of this party?
I believe so. I got a text.
All right, so then you see the guy's head kind of explode, not like blow up, but like hair kind of go poof, sort of thing, as he probably got dusted in the back of the head, and you just hear a voice from nowhere going like, "All right, fuckball, you heard her. You know exactly who she is. Just let her on through." Sorry, ma'am. They're still kind of getting used to being security.
Well, that's quite all right. I think I remember you. Is that Vinny?
Yeah. See, you sharp as a pistol or a knife.
Yeah.
You can kill with whatever.
I try to remember those that I can't see.
Well, you're just an expert in namiology, aren't you?
Signed and certified.
All right. So apparently the automatic door that they seem to have here isn't in service. So guys, be a fucking gentleman. Go get the door for the lady. I'm like, oh,
no
all right, boss.
I'm gonna tip my cap. No one's called me a lady in quite a while. Thank you, Vinny. Tipping my hat to no one.
Okay, well, yeah. He's like, well, I mean, you got the plumbing.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thanks, Vinny.
So the door opens up. The house matches, inside matches the outside. Very nice looking, warmly lit on the inside. A lot of the furniture on the inside of here looks like it was probably handmade or hand modified. So it doesn't look like this was IKEA, or store bought really in any fashion. So it gives it a little bit more of a unique, feel to it. And you enter in. Sophie is probably at this point busy still making sure everything looked right for the guests and taking care of everything. She is somebody that you have seen, but not actually spoken to just yet. She was actually unconscious in that girl Jill's lap when last you saw her.
So from last I saw her, does she look any different?
Well, Sophie?
Well, she's wearing clothes now.
That's an improvement.
She's a little more put together than
That's appreciated.
having been. Is it really? Is it?
Yeah, it is.
She has hair again. Last you saw, she was bald.
Mhm.
She's wearing a Metallica t-shirt and jeans and looks put together but kind of somber, like not really what you would expect from a Toreador. Um,
Yeah, the Metallica t-shirt would just kind of throw me off. And uh hi, nice grow back. It's been a while. I think you were asleep the last time I saw you. I'm Dottie, by the way.
oh, you must be one of the new guys. Hi, I'm Sophie. Welcome to my home.
Oh, well, this is your place? This place is fancy. There's
Um,
not even any stains on nothing. There's no oil. Nothing
well,
smells like a car part.
uh, I mean, the garage is kind of more that style, I guess. Anyway, make yourself at home. We should be getting started soon.
Getting started. Oh, okay. Okay, and then I'm just going to give her a slap on the back and thank you for your hospitality. I'm going to go make myself at home.
Okay. So, George, your character's name is Samuel, correct?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I got that right. I kept thinking in the back of my head, I'm like, Samuel. So, all right, cool. That's what I figured. So,
remember Samuel L.
you are on
Jackson.
your way, coming here. Under the knowledge, you've heard through the grapevine that it sounds like some may be up. So this may be more of an unofficial official gathering to meet one another. But as you were pulling up to the location, your phone rings.
Okay, I'll answer it.
Okay.
Well, am I in a position where anyone could hear me talking on the phone?
No, you're still in your car.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I'll check it.
Yeah, to hear you, somebody would have to be like almost next to your car.
Okay.
Samuel, it's a familiar female voice.
Okay. Um. Hey, how you doing?
Fine. You lost contact there for a little bit.
I've been a little busy. Ashland was definitely a lot more uh hectic than I thought it was gonna be.
Hmm. So, what's your status report so far?
Well, it seems like, well, for the most part, well, so would Samuel know that the hunters have been kind of like quiet for the past week?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, he would relay that. He would relay that I've just been spending my time trying to not be too conspicuous. I know eyes are everywhere.
Hmm. I was hoping you would have learned more by now.
Well, I'm about to have a little dinner date, I guess, with some of the some of the kindred that are in charge here, so I may be able to learn a little bit more about Ashley in a few hours, I guess.
Very well. We're going to give you another week. And we want to hear something with a little bit more substance when next we contact you. Understood?
I understand. I hope you can understand too that these kind of things take work. They take time. And, well, you can't rush perfection.
Well said, Mr. Samuel. Well said. So I look forward to your next report.
All right, I'll let you know as soon as I have anything of interest.
So it just hangs up.
All right, and I'll hang up, put my phone away, and I'll park my car and start walking my way up the driveway.
Okay. So same thing. Some discussion about like who you are. You get identified and ushered in as well. At this point, there's a small gathering of folks just kind of talking. Like when you come finally walking in, one of the female vampires that was naked from before is currently talking to the one you recognize as Dottie, and they're talking about like motor parts
Hmm.
and fancy or something by the time you come walking in.
Okay. So is this the same house that we left off
No.
at last time?
No.
Yes. No, well, no. Oh,
Yes. Yes.
yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Just double checking.
Yeah, so you've been here before.
Okay. As soon as I come in, I'll clear my throat and thank you for extending an invitation out to me. I truly appreciate it. Hey, Dottie, how you doing?
Her button
I
is
was
stuck.
Muted again.
Oh, Sammy, it's so good to see you. It's been like a couple days, huh? How are
Feels
you doing?
longer.
I'm gonna pat him on the back really hard too.
No, well, actually, no, I don't. I don't move too much. But I'm like, just keeping busy, trying to keep my face hidden. How you all doing? Would I recognize Sophie?
Yeah.
Okay, I'd be like, I don't think I had the pleasure of actually meeting you, but name is Sam. And I'll reach my hand out to shake hers.
And I'm just like, hey, she looks totally different with hair, huh?
Yeah, you were pretty fried the last time we saw you.
Sophie just winces. Welcome, Samuel. I'm Sophie. Welcome to Ashland.
And a hell of a welcome, I should say. Is that kind of problem common around here?
It's never been this bad, so you came at a really exciting time.
Well, I can't tell if that's good news or bad news.
Well, I'll just say that we're happy to have all the hands we can get.
Yeah, I don't know if they told you, but I'm from out of town, and so I'm interested to see what the situation is down here in Ashland. So yeah, I haven't been doing a whole lot of talking to too many kindred in the past week, but I'm hoping to be a little social tonight.
That's what this all is for. Make yourself comfortable.
I thank you.
And Todd, what was your character's name again, Todd? Was it Pierre?
No, Henri.
Henri, that's right. That's right. Henri. Spelled
that?
Henry, pronounced
Oh.
Henri.
Is it with an I?
Yes, it is.
Yes. We.
We.
Nasty?
At about that time, you pull up as well, so you're getting there now. Do you keep your ghoul with you, or is he left back with your vehicle?
He's gonna stay with the vehicle. I mean, I'd rather. He's not comfortable around other vampires. He's new to this whole world. He's
Sure.
well, it's about 13 years we've been together, but he doesn't like this whole other side. So
Right.
this is not. He's not comfortable.
Okay.
So I'm just when we pull up, I'm just gonna be Robert. Just I need you to wait in the car. If I need you, I will text or call. I'm going to go and see what's happening inside.
All right, sure thing, boss. I'll keep an eye out.
The music. Make sure that your music is not too loud in the car, because it's you something you miss the phone call if I call with the music too loud.
No, yeah, sure. No, I'll like keep it low. I'll turn the bass down too, so like it doesn't look like we're tub thumping or something.
Okay. Very good. Very good. Oh, should I? They have seen my face. They have seen the my beautiful ripples on the face. Should I enter, or should I do the other face with the plague doctor? Which
Boss, I think that's up to you. Go with what you think they'll recognize the most.
I think as Dati is the only one I think that truly appreciates the ripples. So I shall do the more fresh, more living face for them.
It sounds good.
Okay. So I put my it's kind of like the president of Canada. What the heck's his name?
Oh, Trudeau.
Trudeau. It's kind of like a not as an attractive version of Trudeau is what that's what I'm looking at when I
Gotcha.
do it.
The bargain bin Trudeau.
Bargain bin Trudeau, yes.
Impersonator Trudeau.
So like you don't look at me and think it's him. But you look at I'm not I can do it, but I'm not.
Oh no, we got robot
You're
talk.
cutting out.
Yeah, you're cutting out there.
Okay, it wasn't just me. Okay.
Video.
What?
Is he speaking French?
He's in character.
If this was Tron.
Isn't it?
It is leader inside the system. So I'm gonna. Is it better now or no?
Little.
A little bit better.
Sorry, guys.
No, you're okay.
All right.
You may want to take a moment to shut down any other active programs you might have running in your system tray. That might help too.
Okay. I'm gonna close down Chrome. So if you need to text me, I'll have to go to my phone for that.
That's fine.
All right. Everything else is closed except for this.
Well, you're sounding good right now.
All
Yeah,
right.
it's better.
Okay, so I see the two youths outside. Of course, I'm dressed. I'm wearing the same clothes I had on last night, but I have a different face. So I'm not sure how bright they are as I walk up. So
We don't have to play through it. I mean, they at some point one of them would recognize you based on your clothing and the way you speak, because that's all pretty distinctive as well.
Bonjour.
They're like, oh, it's the frog. Okay, yeah, just let him in.
So as I'm walking in, I just like do a knock on the door frame as I'm walking in. It's like, bonjour. I am here at the hello. I see Samuel. Oh, it's good to see you, Dati, and you, and a friend over here. Is this the Sophie? You look so much better.
Thank you, Mr. What was your name?
Oh, I apologize. I am Henri.
Welcome, Mr. Henri.
Close enough.
Make yourself comfortable.
Shall we?
Thank you for coming.
Absolutely. You who was the ones that texted in to organize this meeting?
That was probably Miriam, right? Or was it me?
So.
It would have been probably Miriam or you.
Should we say it was Miriam?
We'll say it's Miriam.
Or
Okay.
Thank you for the invitation, Miss Miriam.
she's not there yet.
Oh, I thought you were. And never mind.
No, when I started this off,
on
I
her
said
way.
she was there.
Oh, I didn't hear you say that. Yeah.
Yes.
I thought
Sorry,
you
I would
said
have been
that.
interacting. Yeah.
We could say you were in the basement or something.
She's on a phone call.
There we go.
The house is big enough. I mean, you didn't have to necessarily be like on the spot at that moment. You could have been someplace else in the house. But yes,
Okay, she's on
Damaris,
prom.
Miriam, and Sophie are already here.
Okay.
Okay.
So I brought the we dropped the bodies off. Were you able to use their blood and within the household?
Damaris will speak up. Yes, that was extremely helpful. Thank you, whoever you are.
Oh, I'm sorry, Damaris. I'm sorry. I'm Henri. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Henry.
It's Henri. It's nice to meet you. I have not found too many bodies to bring. I do not know. Within my clan, it is very. We can feed from animals. Is that something that's? I mean, there are many stray cats and dogs in this area. I could bring many of them. So here, I do not have my clan discipline of animalism, so I cannot call them here, but I can collect them quite easily if anyone was not opposed to that.
Um, I'm not sure that that's quite in the palette of our guests, but thank you for the offer.
All right. I understand. If you're used to eating steak, no one wants to go off and eat a little tater tot. It's okay.
That was Samuel chuckling.
Sophie's having flashbacks to Bear and his possums.
Possum and coon. Eat, nibble on their toes.
People on their toes. We all got our quirks.
Yeah, it's good to see you, Henri. It's good to laugh again. It's not been too much funny going on in the past week.
I agree. It's the feeding in this state is very dry. It's very hard to find. Normally, I can find an oboe around the corner, or I can find like the prostitutes, and it's not easy in this city.
Is that
Well,
everybody?
not right now.
Are we waiting on anyone else?
I don't think so.
Miriam will come up out of the basement now that she's done with whatever business she was finishing up. So
This is George. Is Trudy gonna be there, or like is Trudy an NPC, or?
Trudy did not RSVP at this point. She was currently busy.
Okay.
Brittany can't be in two places at the same time.
Well, I just wasn't sure if she had been like NPC and like if we were waiting for her.
No, that's
show up.
fair.
Yes, no,
Okay.
fair question.
So her whole entourage, like Ricky, Tommy, and Seth, are not here either, right?
Well, we got 2 Utes outside with Vinny at the door.
Oh, there's more than just the 2 Utes.
Yeah.
We've got at least 2 Utes
We have
outside
at
with
least
Vinny.
2 Utes and a very angry Wraith.
Cool. All right.
But yeah,
Fuck somebody up.
So there's basically a mortal presence. There's people that wander the grounds around outside, just kind of keeping an eye out and watching things. And there's a couple of people posted at the front door.
Okay, well, Miriam is armed.
So out from the kitchen walks a somewhat short, obese little guy. His tufts of hair neatly combed back, and parted to one side, not quite wild like he normally does. In a what passes for a nice suit. And he's
Danny
carrying.
DeVito's here?
He's carrying a tray, and they are these. They look almost like somebody took popsicle sticks and froze them in an ice tray, but they're toothpicks, and it's red liquid.
I used to make popsicles like that with Tang.
Mm-hmm. So he comes walking out and he says, I don't know if anybody wants the special treat hors d'oeuvres. I thought it'd be kind of nice to make something special for tonight. Sophie, did you want anything?
Sure. Thanks, Doug. I'll take one.
Okay, there you go. Are you feeling okay?
As well as can be expected.
Okay. If you need anything, I'm here. Just let me know.
Thanks, Doug.
So he's just walking this what looks like probably somebody's, fine china, silver tray, and it's got these, which
Little
essentially
melty
it's the
popsicles
equivalent
on
of 1 blood point popsicle.
Pretty sure Colin didn't have a dish like that.
Oh,
Pretty sure
I'm
Sophie
grabbing
didn't
one.
have a dish like that either. Maybe he brought it from Doug brought it from his own house.
We met Doug last time, right?
Yeah.
You did,
Mhm.
yes.
I'm gonna go ahead and grab one of the popsicles and take it and look at it and just take a huge bite out of it. Like,
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm.
Now, because it is blood and obviously it's harder to hit that freezing point, he had to get inventive to get it frozen. So, like, when you bite into it, it's like breaking off into pieces in your mouth.
yeah, but
I mean, it tastes like
this
blood.
is great. This
Yeah.
is Henri. You got to try one of these.
Hey, Dougie, look at me. I was trying to
Henri speaks in robot.
Oh, this sucks.
Oh my god, I love you, Todd. Oh my god,
This sucks.
Well, we can hear you.
we can hear you now. Just repeat yourself.
You there?
Probably troubleshooting.
Oh, maybe.
I'll go ahead and I'll grab one too.
Okay.
Am I back?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
welcome back.
This sucks. I'm sorry.
We
It's
can
okay.
hear you now. I don't know
Okay,
why.
so
Fine. That was just funny.
but I don't hear it, so I don't. I'll have to listen to the playback later and watch how horrible I am here.
It was just a very spirited robot monologue.
Very excitable.
Okay, well there you go.
Hi,
I'll,
Dee.
I'll assume you understood what I said at least.
No clue.
No.
Yeah, we actually didn't hear anything except for the noises.
Oh, okay. So I was like, "Oh, Henri, so bring me the hors d'oeuvres. I will try this this blood popsicle. That's very very curious. May we? And I try it, and I'm like, very very curious. Yes, thank you. Merci.
You're welcome. And there's more than one if anybody needs them. It's not like there's just one and done sort of thing. So he's just kind of, walking them around.
After I have one, I'm gonna go back up and then I'm gonna grab two and I'm gonna double fist it back on the couch.
All right.
Nice.
I grabbed one. I'm assuming before that happens.
Yes, yes,
But-
you did.
I'll just have one.
Okay.
Now I want a popsicle.
Getting to be that time of year.
Okay, so Miriam just basically stands sucking on her popsicle, looking pissed at the world. She just very grr. There is no resting bitch face. There is active bitch face.
Well, thank you all for coming. I chose this location because it has magical protections and cannot be scryed here. So for the time being, I thought this was probably the most secure location for confidential conversation. So welcome to our new faces. Sorry you had a rough welcome in town. Usually we're a little more hospitable. Ashland's got a few problems, but doesn't everywhere really.
Well, not quite kidnapped and put into an exploding building. At least that's not what I was quite expecting.
Yeah, I haven't seen too many exploding buildings around from where I'm from, but you know, you guys do you. I guess.
You guys running into some kind of trouble? You want to tell us what all that stuff was about?
This is very new for me.
Fucking hunters.
So why do you fuck the hunters?
Oh God.
Henri, I don't think she means literally. I think she just means
I'm cursing.
those
Oh.
hunters.
May we? Somebody?
No. So we've got human hunters that are part of the fucking ATF, and we've got the Inquisition up in our shit, killing our people. So
We occasionally also have incursions from other factions. You may or may not be aware, Ashland is pretty much the only anarch state left,
and independent, thank you.
as far as we know. And of course, we can't forget our Giovanni faction, which has been quite helpful. So occasionally we find ourselves targeted by Camarilla trying to absorb
you?
Ashland. We previously had a sort of truce with the local Sabbat, I will mention. We haven't seen much of them lately. I'm not sure if any of them made it out, in fact.
Pretty sure they died.
So I don't know where that's going to come back to bite us.
Pretty sure it will.
Am I
She's
forgetting
being
anything?
negative Nancy over here.
Damaris, am I forgetting anything?
No, honestly, you got it right. I mean, I just was not expecting that. And yeah, so I don't know what we're gonna do because the way I see it, Ashland is effectively no more.
What do you mean Ashland is no more?
Sorry, Portland.
Oh.
Wherever we're at. What OOC, whatever city we're at, sorry.
We're in Ashland.
Ashland, yes.
I don't know.
Meaning that they have destroyed my haven. The group one, I mean, they have literally flushed us out like cockroaches. And I mean, I don't know what we're going to do. I don't know how we're going to rebuild Ashland.
Well, from the ground up, it sounds like. Anyone who needs a place to stay is welcome to stay here until you can get on your feet. Obviously, with the state of things, the city is on edge, and so if you could keep a low profile until things calm down, on the human side, we would be very appreciative, and that of course includes your hunting habits. Just try and keep it subtle. It sounds like a lot of the problems that we have been seeing actually stemmed from that old mental hospital. And I'm not sure if it's been completely taken care of, but I haven't had a chance to go and check it out yet.
I thought Miriam was addressing that.
I am. You could have just asked.
Was this about a mental hospital?
There's a specter infestation. Jerome, the thingy is done, right?
What thingy?
The soul vault.
Yes, it's underneath the cedar house.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm taking care of the issue. There was preparation that had to be done.
The reason I bring it up is that Colin is gone, and he identified it as a site of some, I guess, demonic energy, and decided to perform a spell there, and Um, that's all I know.
And you're just now telling me this shit?
I only recently woke up.
How long have you known this?
Since I woke up.
Which was when?
Which was when, Jerome?
Rebecca, you would have known in character. It's only been like maybe a day or two.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay, so he was already gone when you woke up.
He left me a note.
Oh, so he's not dead. He's just missing.
Unknown. But I haven't been able to contact him.
Did you ask Damaris to scribe for him?
No, actually, that would be a great idea.
I might
Sure,
be
let me
missing.
ring him up.
I might be missing the point of this. What does a mental hospital filled with ghosts got to do with hunters coming and hunting vampires?
I will back up a little and mention that we've had some dealings with Portland, which is a cam city. We are friendly with the prince, or I don't know what they've been up to lately. The word on the street is that they've had attacks as well. But we know that they had an infernal infestation that they were dealing with, and we believed that we had something similar happening at this mental hospital. But again, Miriam was making inroads to taking care of that, and it appears that whatever was happening there bled over into these attacks that we've just had here. So I believe that they were related, but I don't have any experience with demons, so I don't know how that works.
It's not a these specters are what humans would call demons, but they're not the same thing. They're very angry, very pissed off spirits, similar to Vinny, but because of their hate and anger, they're not, I don't want to say they're not sentient anymore, but they've got different abilities and really like to cause problems. And that mental hospital was a very, very cruel place to its patients. So as they died, or unfortunately, in a lot of cases, in old mental hospitals like that, they would try and do exorcisms and such, thinking that the people were possessed, when actually it was just mental illness, and people were killed there. And ended up with a shit ton of specters. So, the preparation that my family and I had been working on has been completed. And we will definitely be proceeding with taking care of those issues there. But if he went there, we need to get our happy asses up there.
I am more than happy to go. I just didn't think this was something that I ought to try by myself.
You have a bad habit of that.
Honey, you just got your hair back. I don't think you should be doing anything alone.
Hold that thought real quick. Rachel, what'd you roll?
I did not roll yet because I didn't know if they confirmed they wanted me to do that.
Oh yeah, no. We want you to scry.
No, my understanding was that was Damaris's cue to stir the water in the nice brazier.
All right. I'm sorry. I didn't
No,
connect the dots.
You are quite all right. It's intelligence and occult, difficulty 6.
Okay.
You know what?
Out of character, I would definitely have tried reaching him telepathically as soon as I read the note.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm guessing that I got nothing.
You got nothing.
Okay.
4 and occult, which is tres. I need
Do you know what sounds really good?
Popsicle?
Cookies.
Cookies?
cookies.
Mm.
I've got chocolate chip cookie dough in the refrigerator.
4,
Can I have some?
5.
You don't even know.
I'm gonna get to you, honey.
5.
Woo! All right.
I had
Put 'em
2
on the
exploding
screen.
10s.
So, probably the
Ooh.
first time that Damaris has been able to cast her own blood magics and actually be in a relaxed position to do so
Yeah.
in quite some time. The only thing that you pick up is the mental hospital, the remains of that old building. And considering you know his name, it would have been easy for you to key in on him, and you don't see him anywhere.
Does Colin have something on himself that prevents somebody from scrying on him directly?
I don't
He has
know.
it on the house.
I am willing to bet you dollars to donuts he does. What are you seeing?
I'm just saying the asylum,
But you can't see him.
but I can't see him.
So if somebody was dead, would you be able to see their body?
Jerome, yeah, I should be able to, right? Yeah.
Okay, so that's good. You're not seeing
Can
a
I
body.
can I pan out and see if I can see his car anywhere or
Yeah.
any other?
You sure do. You see his
Or
truck
like
still there.
what part of the hospital we're looking at?
Yeah, you still see his truck.
Yeah, guys, I see his truck, but I don't see him. But it's just probably good. He's probably got something on him that prevents me from doing it. That's not
In his house, yeah.
unexpected for him, to be honest. He has he has it on the house, so why wouldn't he do it on himself?
Makes sense.
So I know he's there. Am I able to like zoom in like one of the windows of the asylum or anything?
Yeah, I mean, literally, the cool thing about scrying is it's effectively your version of Google Earth,
Yeah.
but you can zoom in and out of buildings and whatnot, like all in that area. So you absolutely can.
Yeah.
Just give me another roll.
Not as good. 3.
Yeah, no problem. You, it's not as easy to see because it's obviously all pitch black. That scrying doesn't prevent that. Obviously, it doesn't give you the ability to see through night, but you kind of zoom around the remains of the complex and you don't see anything.
Seeing as how that the asylum has been empty for some time, I know that there might be dust. Does it look like any of the dust is disturbed, like footprints, other than from when we were there?
No, everything looks pretty chill. Very silent.
Did he take anybody with him?
Yes.
Who?
This is gonna sound real weird. He had a Tremere on ice. I thought he was.
It was a fantastic ice skating show. Tremere and Ice.
It was a sort of punishment /
I'm sorry, what?
I'm confused.
Okay.
Like, I was asking, did he take somebody with him to actually do whatever it is that he was going to do over there?
Okay, so
Apparently he's got a Tremere in his freezer.
had when we first met Colin as the council, he mentioned, what's that?
He's doing blood magic.
He mentioned that there had been a pedophile
Yeah.
hurting kids in town, and he took care of this person.
The Tremere.
And it turns out he was keeping him on ice, and there was magic experimentation happening. I never met the fellow, but Colin said in his note that Damaris had been too busy and Miriam wasn't powerful enough, and so he took this Tremere with him. I didn't know he was still capable of that sort of thing. He'd been staked and on ice for a long time.
I am confused. Did he take the Tremere with him?
Yes.
Yes.
Why?
He needed
help
blood
with
magic
the spell.
or something.
But if this guy is on ice, how is he going to help?
Apparently, he was revivable.
If he was just staked, but the thing is, Colin's in danger. If he,
I don't know the name of this person.
that doesn't do any good.
Then I can't search for him.
No.
Was there? Where was he kept in the house?
We have
in the coffin downstairs in the basement, wasn't
we
it?
have a freezer in the basement.
I'm going to go down and look, see if he left anything behind.
That was going to be my suggestion.
And when did you? How long have you known all of this?
A while.
And you didn't think it was a good idea to let the city know that your human boyfriend, who is a mage or sorcerer or whatever the fuck you want to call him, has a Tremere staked in the city?
No.
I like this man. I want to meet him.
I had confidence in its security.
I don't give two shits about the fucking Tremere. I give two shits about the cam because they don't go rogue. They don't go anarch. They don't go independent. So he has a Tremere staked in your fucking basement, and you decided, oh, well, it's okay. We won't tell anybody so anybody can be prepared in the event they come after him.
Miriam, I'm going to ask that you back up off Sophie.
Fuck off.
He puts his hand on his gun. I don't really want to do this, but I mean it.
I think we all need
Everybody's
to.
been through
You
enough.
call your ghoul off now.
I think we all need
I have
to
a right to
calm
be
our
mad.
head.
Let's just move forward.
It sounds to me like this fella in the basement has nothing to do with our current predicament. Because it's not the Camarilla that are at your doors, the Inquisition and the ATF. We can solve all this stuff later. And apparently there's a demon-infested asylum that needs to be cleared out. Is that going to solve the problems with your the human antagonist we find ourselves being hunted by?
Don't know.
I don't know.
So should we, if we go to this mental asylum, and what could we do? I mean, do we just burn it to the ground?
Unless you got proton packs, I don't think bullets are going to do much, right?
No, so basically I need a list of the people that died there.
If the building is gone, once these ghosts, won't they dissipate?
No,
Oh,
it's a haunting basically.
As long as they stay in their place, what's the big deal? Is there any danger of them escaping into the city proper, or is this in the middle of a residential area?
Yeah, what happens to them if we just blow up the building? Do they attach to the nearest person?
Okay,
Before you get into that,
Yeah.
Doug, is this list something that you could pull together?
Yeah,
Do
I
you think
imagine
there
I
are
could. I guess it would be some sort of
records
record
somewhere?
somewhere. I can't imagine it's still covered by HIPAA.
I don't think HIPAA was around back then.
Yeah, so I don't think it should be too hard, but I don't know. Those would have all been physical records, too. So it's not like I can do a name search. I'd have to do, like, imaging searches through, like, I don't know, Ancestry.com or something.
How long ago was it that this asylum was shut down? Do we have any idea how old this building is?
Pretty old.
Then there's probably a chance that there might not even be a digital record. All the records might be stored inside the place, especially if they was up to no good. They probably didn't want anybody knowing how many of their patients were dying off and from what. Is there any way we can get blueprints of the building? Is maybe that's on public record?
Oh, yeah, you
That
can
would-
absolutely get blueprints. That's something you guys already had.
I was about to say we have the blueprints
Yep.
for the game. For the game.
Okay.
For the
I wish
building.
we did.
Yeah, no shit. Jerome, can we have blueprints for the game?
Of course.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, hey. Um, we do have blueprints for the building. The issue that we're running into is that in order for me to be able to make these spirits do what I want them to do, I need their names.
And what is it you want them to do?
Oh, they're going to mind me, and they're going to leave the building, and that will help alleviate some of the issue. What I do with them after I have control of them is my business.
You know, a minute ago you were yelling at Miss Sophie over here for having her own business, but now we're just supposed to hand over an asylum filled with poor, unfortunate souls to a vampire we don't know and expect that things are going to be okay.
He was a staked Camarilla vampire. These are dead specters that can cause more damage than that Tremere ever thought about. So they will be removed. They will be controlled and taken care of so that they can't harm people.
Or is it just the people that you don't like?
I don't give two shits about the fucking Tremere. I give shits about what the Camarilla could do if they had found out
Well, they haven't.
yet.
It's been several years.
And Damaris, you were going downstairs to investigate the holding cell.
Yeah.
Sure. There's nothing in it of any worth outside of the fact that if you guys wanted to stake somebody and lock them away, this is an absolutely perfect device. And in fact, it has a drip dry system in it that will forcibly pull blood out of the poor victim that happens to be in there.
Well, I just need something of his, and if it's a drop of blood or something, then that'll work just fine too.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me a check as you investigate downstairs. Difficulty 7.
Okay, so I'm rolling perception.
Perception and investigation.
Okay.
Dun, 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 dun.
2.
2. Okay. You're kind of rummaging through stuff down here. Colin has left some notes, but they're mostly for like metalworking or woodworking projects, like stuff that he was building or whatnot. You end up finding a very, very beat up bound leather tome.
Okay.
Not terribly big, but roughly the size of the ones you would find at like a Ren Fair or something. So not like obesely large, but like something that's portable that, you know, could fit in probably a small sack.
So am I able to open it?
Yeah, it just has like a leather strap that goes across it.
Wait, you were looking for something of the Tremors, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Y'all aren't down there.
No, I know.
Yep. Nope. It's the hot debate upstairs.
Yep. All right. So I'm gonna open it up and take a look at it.
Okay.
What is it?
It is a lot of illustrations, many of which are, I mean, it's, for lack of a better term, it's a spell book.
I kind of figured. Okay.
Yeah, so
Does
when
it
when
say a
you,
name of whose it belongs to?
well, no. Um,
Doesn't
Uh,
everybody write this
yeah,
spell
exactly.
book belongs
Please return to such and such. No, it doesn't have anything like that, but everything is handwritten. So, like, number 2 pencil, jot down on each page, and there's like hermetic symbols and signs, circular graphs, things of that nature. A very scientific yet magical exposition, something you would expect from somebody who was either a Tremere or practiced very similar style of arts.
So it could be Collins or it could be the Tremers.
Yes.
Okay.
But
Well,
given the fact that this is Colin's house, it's doubtful he would leave something like this down.
something like that.
Down just because it was just sitting on a shelf. He would.
Okay.
I mean, your immediate instinct, considering you're a blood magician, is I'm not going to put my fucking spell book just on some random shelf. I'm going to keep it somewhere safe.
Well, true, but also, why would it just be out there if Colin had retrieved it from his body? Why would he just leave it out? Why wouldn't he hide it? I don't know. Okay, so I am going to take the book and bring it back upstairs and go back to the water. While they're bickering and arguing, I'm just going to kind of ignore them and go back to the water.
Okay. And you are trying to do what?
I'm trying to find the Tremere.
Okay.
Same difficulty?
Difficulty 7.
Okay, so 1, 2, 1, 10, so 2.
Okay. You spend some time focusing again. Takes a little bit longer, probably because you're not using something as definitive or you're as confident in. But at this point, it focuses on Colin's truck.
So it focuses on Colin's truck, so can I get closer to the truck and see if the Tremere's body is actually in the truck?
Sure. So you just go at, like, zoom in closer and focus a little bit. You don't see anything in the truck, don't see anything in the bed. And then when you look in the front of the truck, there are blood stains across the front of the truck and the bumper, and there is a pile of ash in front of it.
Ugh. I think that's him at the front of the vehicle. Okay. So, good news. No, this is probably bad news. I think the Tremere's dead. And Colin might have been the one to stake him, because there's a pile of ash in front of his truck, and blood splatter marks in the front of his truck.
Like on the front bumper?
Yes, and when I'm scrying, and I believe this, she holds up this book to be that Tremere's book. And it still goes to Colin's truck. So if Colin did take this Tremere with him, it's probably a good idea to surmise that he ran him over and then staked him.
They did more than stake him.
I think he used him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he hit him first, and then he ashed him.
Hit him with the truck?
Well, that's what it looks like.
Great
if I could
guy
show
you
you, I
got
would.
there. She turns around and walks away before she says any more.
What? I didn't hear what you said, Becca.
She gave Sophie a thumbs up and says, "Great guy you got there."
Oh.
Just gonna ignore that.
Do
Turns
we know
around and walks.
Were you able to see where this truck is located?
Well, we know where it's at. It's at the asylum.
It's at the asylum. All right.
We just know for sure that he's there, and that's where he took the Tremere, which the Tremere is no more.
Well, I might be able to find something once we get there.
This is very new to me. I have to admit. I am good at hunting, and I am good at hiding. This whole demon and running over Tremeres with trucks and it's and all these. This is a very interesting group you have here. I'm not sure how I can help. But
I can honestly say I've never run over a Tremere with a pickup truck, or a Nosferatu, or anyone else.
Yeah, this is new for us too. Well, at least running over Tremeres, but
I have
That
seen
one's new.
I have seen the burning buildings before. I have never seen a building blow up before. That was very.
I did.
That's
I was in it when it blew up. That was a
Yeah.
lot
So
of
was
fun.
I.
Yeah, we all were actually.
yeah, we were there. So this is a very interesting group.
I'm just a little confused. If this guy was pretty disgusting and he was not good to the children's, why is it a problem that he's dead now?
Oh, I don't care that
I mean,
he's dead.
I don't have a problem with it.
Okay,
I just,
just so that we're clear,
Yeah,
I'm glad
No,
that
the-
this guy's dead.
I think my concern, in case nobody has picked up on it yet, is that Colin is using vampire blood. I don't know, to strengthen his magic. I don't
Look,
know. But the fact
don't
that
know
he's
that for
willing
sure.
to keep.
this
Oh, come on.
the
Why-
immortality spell that he worked
Immortality.
involved some reverse engineering of Tremere blood magic, and I don't know the details because magic is not a thing that I understand.
I can.
And
he is
I-
dabbling
I
in some
have-
very dangerous territory.
you
I
didn't
am
think that was
aware
a
of that.
good idea to let us know that?
Well, it's not like
Because
I
you
have
could
any
be
control
next if he
over.
wasn't fucking ya.
Whoa.
So I understand your anger, but he is once you have killed someone or you have it doesn't matter whether they're a human or a vampire or a cow. They are yours to do with what you wish. So if he has taken the Tremere and he is using him, I mean you sound like you want to take the souls of the dead to do with your wishes. So I'm not getting angry with you for saying I'm going to take all the souls and of the ghosts to do your wishes. So that's your business.
Okay, Henri, the fact is, that woman is my friend. Scares me shitless. Not that I can shit anymore, but you get my point. Scares me shitless that the guy she calls her fiance has been keeping a fucking Tremere staked, draining him, using his blood. And y'all just seem like it's no big deal.
I mean, it sounds like this vampire wasn't somebody we.
It
would
doesn't
be-
matter.
It kinda does.
He's doing blood magic.
Aren't you
he's-
planning
he's-
to do magic on a hospital filled with people who?
Oh my
are
God.
victims?
Isn't all magic a little dark?
My point is, we're monsters. What is the problem with this guy being a monster? Is he a bad person? Is he somebody that's run afoul of y'all to this? I'm assuming he's your fiance. Is he evil? Does he need to be put down?
No, I don't think so, but I would really,
He's
really
really
want more
sampling
information
shit
from
that's
him.
I mean, if y'all want to have a talking to with him, then that's fine. But if we're talking about who's the bigger monster, well, that's
Just
apples
point
and
a fucker.
oranges at this point.
Point a fucking finger at me. I'm purposely losing my humanity. On purpose. And yes, I plan on using those souls. And no, I'm not going to tell y'all for what. But I do plan on using them. But they're souls that have been long dead. And they're doing nothing but causing problems.
I
Yeah,
don't
call
know.
me a hypocrite. I don't give two shits.
Once we find him, I'll leave it to you to have that discussion. He can explain himself.
It just kind of seems a little pointless to yell at somebody about wanting power when all we're doing is scrambling for power right now.
Oh no, I just don't want to die.
I mean, it sounds, I don't know. I'm still having a hard time connecting the dots between this asylum filled with infernal ghosts out in the middle of nowhere and the ATF raining hellfire and blowing up buildings with us. And I'm still not quite getting the connection.
Inquisition. The Inquisition is behind that. There are probably people that were part of the ATF that are in the Inquisition.
So
And they,
is the Inquisition? So this is something that's new for me. So
Like the Spanish Inquisition, where they went around ridding, torturing people because they thought they were demon possessed. It's very similar to that.
So okay,
so
so the society, this Inquisition is still alive and well today. So,
Yes.
So my friend Robert in the van. So he was very involved with the Catholic Church, and so he's never mentioned that this Inquisition is active today. Is this some kind of secret society that's going on
Yes.
today? Okay.
And do we think that they're also trying to make a power grab for this asylum? Is that why we're trying to snatch it out from underneath?
Don't know why they want the asylum.
My understanding is that the bad mojo
evil- Yeah. What
coming
can
from
do,
the asylum had some effect on,
bringing it down.
right.
Yeah.
Making things worse.
Mm-hmm. Because human hunters have the ability to do their own types of magics. Some of them, not all of them. Just like all vampires can't do magic. Colin can do magic, and he's human. Well, ish. You said he's got an immortality spell. We've seen a hole blown in him and then him get up a little while later. So yeah, that worked. But the Inquisition, the hunters and such, they have their own abilities to do things. And one of them is, I guess, the ability to detect evil or what they perceive as evil. So you get a crap ton of pissed off, angry, I want to fuck everybody up specters that can really cause people serious harm, even us, serious harm. They can kill us. Then yes, that's going to draw the attention. I'm surprised it hasn't drawn the attention to where the guru want to take it out.
That might explain why so many of us were hit, even when, us as in the non-council members who were keeping their heads low, who were also hit.
So
lower profile kindred. If
use these farcical words, Garou. What is this Garou?
Werewolves. Werewolves.
Are we in fairyland here?
Okay, tell me something. What are you?
What I am. I drop my mask, and so I just show her my face, and I'm like, okay. I am Nosferatu. So
okay, you're a fucking vampire, right?
Okay, so I've always wanted to go see a unicorn, so I will go unicorn hunting later. This is fantastic, and then maybe later on I can get the pixie, because I've had, so I just, we can get the I don't know.
Unicorns are not real. Pixies are real. Werewolves are real. Vampires are real.
When I was in Europe, I could not find Nessie. I think that would be fine to go to track down Nessie as well. So you have this whole new world of the supernatural that I have not experienced before. So it's
God, he's new.
Yeah.
I am not new. Just new to this. This is new. The French Revolution, that was new. This is not new. These new words you say are new.
You've been alive since the French Revolution, and you've never heard of werewolves?
I have heard of a lot. I have not seen fact or proof.
Oh, we've got some that we can take and introduce you to.
I don't think
y'all-
they want us to.
No, they don't.
Y'all are friends with werewolves?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Not really friends.
Coexisting, and
We leave each other alone.
we agree to
It
disagree.
works for us.
Huh.
In
God,
any case,
I am just pissed
Don't
off
judge.
tonight.
So
It's-
many. So
it's
many
understandable if you new
Location.
folks, you don't have a vested interest in this yet. You're welcome to sit out if you don't want to come check this out with us. It's
Because
that
we're
would
going.
be understandable.
I am so curious to see these see how you say a specter. I would be so curious to see these.
You
I don't
can't
know if you'll see
necessarily
them at
see
all.
Mm-mm.
Oh, it's like
Well,
it's like your friend
saw-
Vinny that floats
Yes.
around.
There were some things
A
there.
lot more pissed off.
There were some things there that we had to fight. In fact, but I don't know what it looks like now. It's been a while since we've been.
I need
Well-
to get a couple of things and prepare a couple of things.
A frame of reference. So when you say a while, are we talking days, weeks, decades,
Months.
months? Okay.
Months.
So she just walks up to Sophie and grabs her in a hug,
Well, that's different.
and she's just like, "I'm just mad. It's not necessarily everything is pissing me off right now." And just
Go
turns
ahead.
around and walks to where her stuff is and grabs her phone real quick. I got to make a call.
I'm gonna lean over to Samuel here because he was one of our original group here, and I'm like, Samuel, how do you see what's going on? This is very different from my experience.
Well, excuse me. Oh, goodness. I originally came up here in order to find a little bit of a quiet place to settle down. I wasn't really, was
Yeah.
not expecting to have a roof dropped over my head, so to speak. But
I'm with you.
I don't know what a bullet's gonna do to a ghost, or what we expect to find out there in the woods. If destroying this asylum and getting rid of a bunch of ghosts means that the Inquisition drops off the map, then it might be worth doing, at least if we plan to settle down here for any period of time.
I was just here to hunt. That's all I was here for. I've not been here in this state for a long time, so I just wanted to see what was here. Hold
Well,
on.
if you-
Let's get Dottie. Dottie, come here. Please, come here.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I'm eating some popsicles still. Yeah, Henri.
I must say, Henri, if you was planning to hunting something you can't see, what better quarry could there be?
Oh no. I was not here to hunt the impossible. I was here to hunt for my collection. I cannot turn a ghost into my collection. We're just very. This group is very different, and I know I've known you hours longer than the rest of them, but they are very different. What is your take?
Well, I'm just passing through town, but I'm in between jobs, and I don't really have anything else going on. So I figured, growing up, I was always told to cut the rot out so that it doesn't continue to fester. And I feel like it's our obligation to take care of these inquisitors, or at least do our part, so that if we do move on, it doesn't follow us.
That's a damn good point.
No, it's especially now that we're here. we have been tied to them. So whether we like it or not, I think our fates are now intertwined. I, but this is, I I am used to the shadows. I am used to coming from behind. I am used to going from underneath. But this, let's go attack the ghosts. This is new. I don't know. I will put my effort in, but I don't know what I can do.
We
Oh.
just gotta be careful, I reckon.
We're safer in numbers anyway.
All right. I will respect your input. I thank you.
And you know what? If you're hunting for another one in your collection, maybe we'll find something on the way.
What do you collect, by the way, Henri? I don't think I've seen it.
Oh, it's a,
Oh, he showed me his van. It is quite impressive.
it's but I can't just collect, so I need the time. I don't, I cannot just grab the body and go. I normally take the time to just pick the right person to add to my collection, and I need the workshop space usually set up within the sewer system and work within there, so it takes time to make it happen. So
Henri, are you making a person suit? You Buffalo Bill in it over there?
no, not suit. I don't know who's the Buffalo Bill is. He was a no. He Buffalo Bill. He was the old West Wild West man, right?
Uh, nah, you know, I got a movie.
Probably knew him.
Yeah, if we make it out of this alive and we have some time,
Silence of the Lambs.
I think so. I do not make. I worked when I was a journeyman leather worker. I learned to make leather from animals, and the next step was to well, humans are just animals. So I have made quite a few humans from to the books, and Dati was quite impressed. Because I didn't show you because I didn't know if you would appreciate the beauty of my work.
Well,
Shimishi would love you.
She usually does. And we're kind of like, and by the way, we're just kind of like huddled over here, kind of whispering to each other. So like you guys, you know.
One sec. Go ahead and continue.
While they're having their conference, I'm gonna get kitted out with basically arm up.
yeah, I'm gonna grab another popsicle if there is one.
So maybe we need to know the weapons and how to fight is what we are fighting. And Dante, your idea, or maybe I said and you agreed, but why can we not just burn the building down? I mean, if there is, I understand a hunting to be a ghost is attached to a building. If there's no building, there's no ghost. So the ghost just goes away. So I think we need to ask Miss Miriam about why we cannot just do that. If we destroy the building, it would make sense that the specters would just either evaporate, dissipate, or the ghost version of Ash to go away.
I don't know much about ghosts, but they might not also take kindly to us blowing up their place of residence. Yeah. I'm also worried that if we go out here, we're walking into an ambush because apparently a whole bunch of people is out interested in this asylum. How do we know that this isn't where the Inquisition and the ATF are holed up after their building was firebombed?
You have a point. See, the sewer system I have learned long ago with other Nosferatu is it's very easy to move under the cities and under the places. So depending upon how connected it is, that is something that that we may be able to connect with.
Oh, you're thinking maybe this asylum's got to hook up to the sewer system? We might be able to come in from.
Oh, yeah. If we come in from underneath, I can. We all can come in from underneath. My obfuscate is not powerful enough to make the whole group disappear. I have not mastered that level. But I can scout ahead, and I can see what you see.
Well, let's look up some city plans first and see if we know that if the sewer system hooks up to this building. It may be so far out that there may not be a connection. It might just have a septic tank or something,
Oh,
or the local water system. But we can look that up. But I think the important thing is to go in with a plan and knowing what we getting in.
all right. Okay, so Xenos are werewolves, and Silver's supposed to be in the folklore for so werewolves. Is there something magical for the ghosts? That's like some magical metal or gem you can use against the ghosts that would damage them?
If there is, I doubt they have just tons of it sitting in the closet.
Uh,
You never know where Giovanni.
Um, where
I
is
think
Damaris
we have
during this point?
Damaris is just kind of sitting there listening because she's at the water.
Okay.
And so she's just kind of just waiting for them to finish their debate on if they're going to stay with us or not.
Gotcha. And
and we're just kind of
Miriam,
whispering over here, so it's like what?
I know,
Miriam,
and I'm
you
watching
don't-
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Miriam, you don't have the ward yet, do you? I don't think you picked that up because you were still having Quan do that.
Yeah, Quan hasn't gotten the ward for me yet. I
Okay.
know that her offices and stuff are warded.
Well, no, it's just the ward itself. Just curious.
Actually, I was making phone calls to like Quan and Malcolm about stuff that we were going up.
Mhm.
And since Quan is definitely more gifted on that side of things, she was going to ask him any suggestions and such.
Quan hasn't returned any calls for a while now.
I noticed that.
Malcolm, his would go to voicemail. You would know at this point he's back in Venice right now.
I'm sorry, you broke up, babe. What?
He's back in Venice at this point.
Okay, so it's daylight there.
Yes.
Okay, that's not going to help any. So she comes back and she goes over to Damaris and leans down and murmurs softly to her. Can you do me a favor?
She nods briefly.
Scry for Quan.
Okay. So she'll go back to her bowl.
Okay.
And while she's doing that, she goes over to the front door. Benny!
Hey, that's loud.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was
sorry.
loud in real life.
Sorry.
1, 2,
So
3.
she goes
with
over
1,
and yells for
10.
Benny.
4.
Okay. So you get nothing but blackness.
Welcome, blackness, my old friend.
I've come.
Can I pan out?
Mhm.
Like, is it a building?
No, I mean when you zoom out enough, you are coming up to a mountainside.
Do I recognize the mountainside?
It's not far from Ashland.
Huh.
You don't recognize like the specific mountain.
Okay.
Jerome,
So-
I'm gonna beat you.
So I'm just gonna turn to Miriam and like he's in a mountain somewhere.
I'm sorry, what?
He's in a mountain somewhere.
He's in the mountain.
It's black where he's at, but he's somewhere outside of Ashland.
Who are you looking for?
Quan.
Quan.
You haven't heard from Quan?
I haven't been able to reach Quan for quite a while. I've been leaving messages.
Was his haven in the mountain?
I never knew where his personal haven was. That's one thing I respected was where he rested, but he should be up. He should
I'm
not.
I'm gonna try and contact him telepathically.
Let me check that real fast. 1 second.
Could he be staked?
All you see is blackness. That's it. It wouldn't define whether or not you see a stake.
There's
Well, no, I know,
I mean,
but I
in
mean,
the
like,
darkness, could he be staked? Yeah.
well, I mean, if he got hit like we were, maybe he got impaled like I did. I don't know. I just know I can't see him.
Okay.
Is there
Yeah,
anyone else that we're still missing that we haven't talked about?
So it defines telepathy as nearby,
so that's not going to be nearby.
but it doesn't. Well, it doesn't define nearby outside of a phrase of nearby.
It's nearby if you can, like, if in the cosmic sense, it's closer to the mountain than it is to Jupiter.
This is
If
true.
I feel very close to
It's
him.
on this plane of existence.
But I mean, I'll go ahead and allow it.
Oh, right, dice.
Oh yeah.
What's up, Cool Imp?
Hey, hon.
Difficulty 6?
Yes. Well, no. It would be difficulty 8.
Ooh.
4.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, she walks into his head and goes, "Where have you been?"
You get a visual of darkness.
I'm gonna did you say it's more like imagery or
Yeah, it is
like
like imagery.
communicating?
It's basically it's like reading somebody's thoughts. It's not actually like talking to them. So you communicate in visuals.
I'm gonna
I mean, you don't have to like try to explain the visuals that you're giving to them. You can just
basically
tell me.
I'm gonna try and like contact him, see if he's responsive.
You get the thought of essentially like, who the fuck is this?
I'm gonna project my face.
Eyebrows and everything.
He relays that he's stuck currently.
I want to know how I can find him. Where is he, and is he injured?
He has no clue. It's totally black.
Okay. Is he injured?
He can't move.
So he's probably staked.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna basically tell him we'll try and find him, and don't lose hope.
Okay. We'll try not to lose hope.
We? Oh, sorry.
Will.
Oh, I thought he said we. Okay, thank you.
We.
Oh, true.
I was able to reach him, but he doesn't know where he is and he can't move. So I'm guessing he's staked somewhere.
Okay, that's why it was all black. That's what I thought.
So he's in a mountain. So, Damaris, when you look at things, is it like looking like it at an aerial map, kind of?
You've used Google Maps before, right?
Yeah, with terrain setting and all. That's kind of actually where I was going.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I see, and I have the ability to zoom in, zip around, zoom out, all that kind
That
of
is
stuff.
really freaking cool.
It has its perks and its downsides, like rings.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So glad I was not there.
Yeah, wasn't pleasant. But anyway. Yeah, so essentially I have the ability to kind of switch around, but if he's in all darkness, all I can see is kind of like the outside of the mountainside of where he's at. So I know the general vicinity, but trying to pinpoint an exact location is going to be difficult.
Okay. Sophie, when you're doing the mind talky thing, if we can get
I just got a sense of black.
okay, bear with me a moment.
All right.
I guess I shouldn't put my hand in front of the camera. Let me get a train of thought going here. So we can get a general idea from Damaris. We can pull Google Maps and see if she can get something that kind of fits that area. Does that make sense? If we get closer to him, is it a stronger connection? Is it an easier connection? Would you be able to tell by that connection if you were closer, if we were in the right area?
I don't generally get a sense for distance
Okay.
or clarity. It's more mental state is what gives the clarity.
We needed some Misi Coldoon, Jerome. We need Sarah. That's out of character.
If we were able to get close enough to make noise and I were able to read his thoughts to find out if he could hear us, that might be a solution, but that I know that's really a needle in a haystack.
Better than nothing.
Well, I mean, I might be able to send in an animal. I can summon animals and I can use their eyes.
And they could probably use their nose.
Yeah.
Do we need him immediately? Or can we...
Really?
I'm just saying... We don't...
Okay.
We have a lot of things
You-
going on.
We've got a couple of people missing. Fuck.
And does anyone know what happened to Remus?
I have no idea.
No. I haven't seen him since then. I don't know if he got killed in the explosion. Oh, fuck me.
Did you see Lettice? Did she get out?
Don't know.
Well,
Jerome, have we seen Lettice? Jerome, have we seen Lettice?
Nobody has seen Lettice. I would have said something. Nobody has seen Lettice.
Well, I don't know what a Remus or a Lettice is, but I agree with Pantene, the Breck girl over here. We need to come up with some sort of a game plan and prioritize what's going on. If we're gonna find your people,
okay,
we need to do that.
This is.
do we need Quan to find Colin?
No.
Would he be helpful in us finding Colin?
Possibly.
How?
He has different abilities than I have. He can do things that I can't do. Okay.
So someone has said that this may be some kind of a trap, or that they're watching this mental hospital. It's I'm not so good with the computer, but maybe so if there is a sewer system underneath, we could sneak under and come in. Is that way? But I don't. Is there someone that could research this for us?
Would the sewers be on the blueprints?
Uh huh. They sure would.
Do we have a hard copy or a digital of the blueprints?
You have one on your on Colin's computer.
Okay, I can try
Well,
and
Sophie's has
find
the
that.
password, I'm sure.
I'll try working on that.
Sure. I mean, you turn it on. It's just laying on his desktop.
Well, the blueprints are just laying on his desktop.
The
Oh, well.
image of it. I just click on it and pull it up.
Oh, well, that was easier than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Nice.
You never know what it's like trying to find something on someone's computer.
So yeah, I mean, you pull it up and it's literally pictures of like the old maps scrolled out and weights on either end and whatnot. It does not have a direct line to any sewage or whatnot. It has essentially storm drains that go out a ways.
Oh, they're septic.
and-
They've
yeah.
got septic tanks.
But was this is this storm drains? Is that something? I'm assuming Sophie's telling us this, but like,
But you can
Um,
look at it.
okay. So is this can we enter through the? How far away is the storm drain? Can we enter into there?
It's not a storm drain. It's a septic system.
No, it's a storm drain.
Yeah, Jerome said storm drain.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you. Okay, I misunderstood. I apologize.
I think it has both.
Yeah, the storm drain itself is just for like the runoff water and what water. Yeah.
It's not big enough to crawl through or anything like that.
You can.
Where does it come up in?
It actually comes up in the middle of the complex. When you guys were last in there, it was one of the areas that was fully lit by daylight.
Oh. Horrible, horrible place.
Well, we won't be going there in daylight, so
So is this route right here? We can go in from the outside, so it could be hidden here, and then the sewers are say easy to crop, just a tight space at time, and so we can come up right here, this open space.
Can you text us this map just in case?
I am not going through there.
I'm just going to retrace Colin's steps as far as we can track them.
Yeah,
He went in the front. That's what I'm going to do.
I'm not going in. I mean, if that's what you want to do, that's fine. Go for it. But actually getting up out of that thing is going to take more time and put you as a target right in the middle of a room. So,
as opposed to just driving up to the front door.
yeah, there you go. So, obviously,
Well, on an out of character note, keep in mind, if you're trying to storm a place, you're really going to run it. I mean, and you're expecting problems on the inside. No way in, quote unquote, if it's on a accessible map such as this, is going to be some sort of like major sneaky advantage.
okay.
That's what I was asking about how far away the storm drains were entering. So like if we could go to the start, like the exit for the storm drain and crawl through.
You
crawl up.
absolutely can.
But is that something that's far enough away that it would be like a sneaky entrance? Well, I don't.
Not really, because what it does is it empties you out literally in the middle of the grounds. There's the way the map is set out. It's the I don't want to say a park, but it's the open air area that sits in between, kind of like an atrium that sits in between several wings.
Didn't we use the ventilation system when we were there last?
I don't recall you guys using the ventilation system.
Or maybe we were just talking about that. I have a mental image.
Yeah,
Was that Firefly though?
Damaris
Yeah, that was
walking like
That was Firefly.
trying the path through.
No, that was the you guys came up with a turtle idea of protecting you against the
Yeah,
sunlight.
I remember
that
that.
was fun.
I just remember
Because
thinking
we had
about
to
going
go
through
around
in-
the edges of the atrium, and some of us actually got burned because the sunlight was out. Right?
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay.
Some
See,
of us spent that time in a kitchen wheelie thing.
Yeah. See, the thing is, I typically have horrible memories, so when I remember shit like that, I'm excited. Especially when it was months ago and I didn't refer to notes. Yay! Um, oh god,
Okay,
Vinny,
well, are
don't
they
tell me
are they
Quan
going to
ain't
be
going anywhere.
expecting us?
I always expect to be expected.
Okay, that's fair.
Always expect the Spanish Inquisition,
Exactly.
or the opposite. Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
Vinny, is he in there?
Mhm.
Does he answer?
Well,
Okay.
he's floating around.
Okay. So you know I'm learning more about like rays and specters and such and educating myself, and we've been talking a little bit. Quan is somewhere dark and staked, and from what Damaris can see, he's in like a cave. Where there's no sunlight. It's complete pitch black. Um, he had my ward. Um, what can hurt the specters?
Heard of Spectre? Well, anything
Besides
I
a
could.
ward.
Well, a ward.
That's it.
Well, yeah. I mean, we can duke it out with them on this side too, but it's not advisable.
Okay. So,
Okay. I do have the ability to go through the rocks. It's how I escaped from my haven when they attacked me there. However, without really knowing exactly where he is, that could be dangerous for me because I could get stuck in a rock.
It also sounds to me like if the Inquisition captured your friend and staked him and left him in a cave, that sounds like the most juicy bait I've ever heard of. Why else would they leave him alive when they could have transported him to where we were being kept?
I don't think they caught him. I think that they probably bombed his haven like they did mine. And he is stuck in the rubble, like he is under everything. Like I have a feeling that it probably collapsed on him, whatever he was in, and that as a result probably staked him. Like I got blown out of the building and staked on that fence. Wasn't exactly on purpose.
Or if he's not strong enough, he could be immobilized just by a rock fall.
Mm-hmm.
true. Okay. Since you're sitting at the computer, bring up Google Maps and put it on the terrain.
I'm gonna pull up the do what she says.
Okay.
Is this a secure computer? Do we have to be worrying about any Inquisition been like listening in, been going to be searching your browser history as soon as we're out of here?
Good
We're
question.
looking at Google.
Right. And if
We're
this
not
is a
putting in an address.
Doug, I don't know much about that. Can you drive?
He's like, oh, okay, yeah, I can do that. Hang on. Let me enable the VPN and do some extra stuff here real quick. Hold on. So he starts enabling certain things and starts typing on the computer. Okay, why did we need Google Maps?
I'm guessing we're going to try and find that mountain that Damaris saw.
Well, basically, I want to see if we can if she can at least look at the terrain, since she said what she sees is like almost like an aerial view of it. If she could possibly match the terrain, if it's close enough, she may be able to match it up almost perfectly, and we can at least get a more specific, you know, um, because we need that ward.
Okay, and what if he's not in a position literally to be able to help us with that ward?
So hold that thought. Rachel, give me a wits and investigations check, difficulty 8.
Okay.
Because it's not like you saw road signs or anything. You're basically trying to go off of your memory and figure out, okay, well, maybe here, here, or here.
Well, I can also pan out and see if I might be able to see like a major highway or something that goes by or something.
Well, at this point, you'd have to rescry.
Well, yeah, let me just think first. Like, what am I thinking, camp on? Two nines.
Okay.
Why do your dice sound really tiny?
They're not. They're my set that I've had for literally years.
Yeah, but whatever you're rolling on, it makes your dice sound like you're rolling four-siders.
Oh, it's a glass top, what I use to work like with my clay and stuff.
Oh.
So
That's probably why.
Okay,
So
that makes sense.
you narrow it down to maybe 3 mountainsides that it could possibly be.
okay. So I'm gonna scry again, I think.
Okay.
So is our plan to blow this building the hell?
No, we're not blowing the building up.
We just
And
gotta find them to go get them.
Sophie, can you give me a wits and alertness check, difficulty 7?
One.
Two with a 10, two with for my scry again.
Okay, gotcha. Hold on one second.
Yep.
All right. So you focus back in on Quan, and of course the darkness, and then kind of scroll back out again to try and find your visual. Given that it's dark and they're country roads, it's actually taking you a lot longer to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
You think it's you think it's not far off of the main highway outside of Ashland going south.
Okay. I'll relay that to them.
Oh, that narrows it way down. Thank you.
I can't tell if you're being sarcastic or not.
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
Seriously?
Yeah, seriously, because I'm doing this to try to find your friend, and you're just giving me
Right.
sarcasm.
No, I said that helps narrow it down. Thank you.
Sorry, the way that you said it, literally, I heard it as, "Oh, well, thank you." That really narrows it down.
No,
That's
it
what-
wasn't
that's
meant
what
like
it's-
that in the least.
It sounded like it. It's okay.
So are we getting this Quan fellow first, and then we're doing the assignment?
We're gonna
I guess.
Is
Okay.
this happening all tonight? What time is?
At this point, we'll say it's about 9.
Yeah, we
Okay.
got time. Okay, Vinny, can you help explain to them? Okay, so Vinny can physically harm us without us ever seeing him. I've seen him smack the two Utes more than one. Okay.
Yeah, we're friends with Vinny. He helped us out of that. He helped us out of that basement. Well, right before we found all y'all.
While they're discussing this, I'm gonna get up and go to Colin's den and rummage around a little bit.
So
Okay.
the thing is that a wraith can interact physically, as you have seen, with the mortal plane. A specter, which is what these spirits are basically, is a ridiculously fucking pissed off version of a wraith, has no problem killing you, and there are possibly hundreds in that building.
Okay. What does that got to do with your friend?
He's got a ward that will help protect us. And not to mention, he's my family. He's not just my friend. He is legitimately part of my human family from when he was human. We're kind of the Giovanni embrace from within.
So you find it, Sophie.
Is it just on a paper or a notebook?
It was in the booklet that he originally showed you when he was showing you that blood magic path many, many months ago.
I'm gonna bring it out to the other room and show it to Damaris and Miriam and say, "Is this helpful at all?"
What is it?
Um, it's not. It's written again. It's written in a fashion that is more hermetic in nature. So, in this sense, think of it along the lines of the best way to explain types of blood magic, because they are along cultural lines as well, is that some are paganistic in nature. For example, like Damaris's blood magic. So very spiritual in that dealing. Others that are like hermetic are more. I mean, they're still magic, but they're scientific in kind of nature. Um, so think Doctor Strange. So in that sense, one comes across more primal. The other, essentially, they do the same thing, but one comes across more primal. The other one comes across like a little bit more formed and maybe somatic with gestures or whatnot. But in essence, what she shows you is a ward versus spirits spell.
Oh, well, I might be able to perform that.
What level of necromancy would I need? I wait a minute. What would I need to be able to do that, Jerome?
I mean, it's just a ritual, so you would need a blood magic's level of at least 3 to
You
attempt it.
broke. You cut out
At least
completely.
At least 3.
So, would my necromancy work for that?
Possible. Mm-hmm.
What about mine? I don't
Same.
know how mine works with that.
Just for you, a little bit more difficult.
But is it specifically? I'm just trying to figure out what knowledge or skill or what would I use for that.
Same thing as as any other ritual that you would cast.
So
Is
occult.
this-
Intelligence and occult. Just for
Is
Oh, well, I have an
Damaris,
occult of 3.
just for Damaris, it's going to be a little bit more difficult because it's not like a direct transliteration. Necromancy is more hermetic in nature. At least the
Okay.
type that the Giovanni practice.
So it's more
It's more straightforward for you.
yeah.
Is this
Okay.
kind of magic something that you could maybe, for example, cast onto a weapon and give it like power against spirits? Or I don't know what wards really do except for like
Okay.
keeping them out of places.
Well, both Damaris and Miriam would nod affirmatively to that. Because both of you know you can, and the Giovanni specifically have a ritual called the Diablo Bestone, which is the devil bone, which is the bone of a human that's essentially
They
warded
would
against raids.
yeah, it's used to beat the wraiths.
A bone?
Yeah, like a thigh bone or
Oh,
something like that.
okay.
I don't have any femurs on me. But knives, I'm not doing it on individual bullets. It's not going to work
No,
on
that
my gun.
that sounds like a terrible idea.
Yeah,
But
that
you could certainly attempt it at a higher difficulty since it's not your spell or ritual in
yeah.
the sense. You could try
Question.
to write that down, inscribe it onto an item.
Sword
Can we?
mace.
1 second.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Damaris.
Sorry. Can we put our knowledge together to work this ritual? Would that help?
Uh, Ideally, yes, but you are
Two different types of
you
magic.
are two different types of magic. Yes, you
Okay.
are more pagan. She is more hermetic. So while your end result is the same, how you go about it is different.
Gotcha.
So basically, what we would do is, yes, it would fit on the length of a sword. How long? How big is the piece of paper, and how long on the piece of paper is the ward?
It's transcribed left to right, so it takes up the whole page.
How big of a page is it?
Standard page size.
Okay, so 8.5 by 11.
Mhm.
Ooh, that's a lot. That's a big spell. Front and back, or just front?
Just front. Keep in
Okay.
mind though, with rituals, the ritual is not only explaining how to go about it, but it's explaining what you need to do.
Right.
So it's not like you have to write all this stuff. It's not like a Harry Potter spell.
Right. So I lay it on the table so Damaris can see it too. Let me. Yeah, I mean, this is it. Yeah, it can be put on a sword, but let me see exactly what is going to be needed to do it. Because if we both work things, we may be able to get multiple weapons warded and such, which is just going to protect us. So,
So you mean do it at the same time, but do it on different weapons?
Sure.
yeah. So she starts reading it to see what, like, specific
So we're just gonna
items
we're
will
just
be
gonna
needed
go.
for it.
We're just gonna go into it for the roll. That way we can speed up the scene.
Okay.
So for you, Rebecca, it's going to be a difficulty 8. Rachel, it's going to be
Okay.
a difficulty 9.
So
All
if we
right. Can I burn a will for an auto for this?
You can, yes.
All right.
I'm
I
gonna
will.
gather up all the swords I can find. I know I've got mine at least. Colin might have a couple in the garage.
Colin only
Yeah,
has
guys,
one.
go get your weapons now.
So I take my sword out of my sword cane. I'm like, is this good to be useful?
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant!
You
Put that on the table too.
put it on the list.
Yep, lay it down because this is going to take a little bit. Hopefully, not too long.
Any of the rest of you have some kind of melee? Might as well throw it in.
I'm going to take the fillet knife out of my boot and put it on the table.
Okay.
Unless
If we're
this
doing
works on
this
a
as
taser.
well, I have a dagger.
So she digs in her pocket while she's reading through things, and says, "Vinny, can you go get one of the Utes?"
Right away, boss. So
Thank
he
you.
I got
presumably
3
goes
with
out.
the auto.
Okay. And I'm sorry, George, you were saying what?
I was going to say, unless this works on a taser, which I don't imagine would work most in the first place, I don't think I have anything that's going to work with it.
I'm sure I can find something you can borrow if you like.
I got 4,
Yeah,
Jerome.
that'd be fantastic.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, just to let you guys know, it takes you a full hour to do both those two weapons. So, if you are going to be doing everybody's items here, it's gonna
That's gonna take a while.
it's
3
gonna
hours.
yeah.
Okay, well, I'm willing to do it if you guys want me to. It's up to you guys. I'm just doing this for you because I don't have any weapons that this will work on.
I don't know. It's
We need to get you a weapon. Does the Ute come back?
Yeah.
My staff was destroyed.
Well, we got to get you something else then. So she sends the Ute out to the car,
Mm-hmm.
and he brings in that rapier that she had been given.
Ooh.
The fennel,
Okay.
Ooh.
the
Uh,
fennel blade rapier.
So that's what you're, yeah. So
That's the only bladed weapon she has.
Vinny is yelling and staying away at this point. One, because you guys are already starting to ward a
No.
bunch of weapons around him, so it's getting him
Sorry,
pissed.
That's
Vinny.
funny.
But then when you have one of the Utes bring in the fennel blade, he's just like, "Oh, motherfucking pus bucket!"
She yells back, "Sorry, Vinny. I know you hate it. I'm sorry, honey." So,
Why
mean,
does he hate it?
it's warded.
Oh.
It's already warded.
If I recall correctly, that sword looks super fragile on this plane, but on the spiritual plane, it's like
It's a lot of
pretty
wickedly
powerful.
damage. Yes.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Are we
I
expecting these? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I tend to keep weapons in the car
For special occasions, just like this.
in
Don't
case you need it.
don't we all?
Yeah.
So
Well, see,
I
the
take
thing
it you're warding the fillet knife and the cane sword.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
say one for each
So this
person.
is gonna take all night.
No, that's just that's going to take another hour at that point. So you're looking at 11 o'clock at this point when you guys finally get done. Everybody has one weapon that has some sort of ward attached to it.
Okay. Because I didn't have to do one, so that's literally 3 hours, and everybody has a weapon.
Mm-hmm.
It could have
So
taken double that.
yeah, it could have. Yeah.
Oh, are we going to be able to see these things when they coming at us?
That I
No.
don't know.
They you're
Gonna
not
be
really gonna you're really not gonna know they're there unless they let you know that they're there.
It's gonna be real hard. It's gonna be real hard stabbing something that doesn't want to be, that cannot be.
You broke up.
I said, it's gonna be awful hard stabbing something that can't be seen.
Yeah. You're right. Did we make any headway on that list?
The
You-
list that we need to find at the hospital.
About the
You
name?
had Doug working on the other thing,
Right.
so he can work on that later.
Okay, so we need to
Well,
head
or
to
while you're doing this, like
yeah.
congruently.
Okay. Well, yeah.
Wait, were we having him look at what do with the Google Maps? Did we found 3?
No, she found it
Rachel
down
found
to
Rachel found
lightweight.
3 initially,
But-
and then she scryed again to try and narrow it down, and managed to figure out after kind of like following more
Trails.
common road marks, in essence, discovered the highway which ran near the mountainside.
So we did narrow it down to.
Yes.
Yeah.
But now that we have these wards, we need him right away.
No. Um, I love him. He's my family, but the fact is, he's not going anywhere. Yes,
I think he's fine where he's at.
I want to say, to me, he is a priority. I'm sorry, just like to you, Colin is
Of
a
course,
priority for
I
you.
care about too.
But the fact is that Juan isn't going anywhere. As much as I want to go right now, and it's fighting everything in me not to just tell y'all go. I'm going to get Quan. Oh, Benny. So she leaves the warded weapons and the swords and everything in that room, and she walks out. Vinny, where are you?
Hanging out by the front door.
So she walks down the front door. Okay. We found a radius of where Quan is. Did you know he was missing?
Well, yeah, he's not at the Cedar House. There was no way for me to track anything down.
Okay. She gives him general area of the mountain and off what highway and about how far, because she looked at the map and such. He is in a mountain there. There's a cave. Now, on the Google, she pulls it up on her phone and she looks at it based on what Damaris said. And you can, I mean, I've done it to our backyard. You can get really close on those Google Maps on
In the
terrain.
city, yes.
Is there any way to tell, like,
It's out in
Okay,
the
so-
wilderness, so no, they don't take close-up shots of
Okay.
the wilderness.
okay. So she basically holds the phone and says, "This is the mountain." She points at the mountain on the phone. "This is the mountain where Damaris saw him." So then she scrolls out and she's like, "This is that the such and such highway."
Okay.
Need you to take two Utes and some of the other guys and go check it out and see if you can find him.
All right,
And-
we can do that.
See if it's like a trap or something like that. If it's not, get him out. Okay?
Okay, we'll take a look.
Thank you. Get one of the Utes to call me later and let me know how it goes.
So he hollers for the, for some of the guys, to head out.
So she walks back into the room. Problem solved.
It's nice to have henchmen.
It
They've
is.
definitely handy.
It is. I like having the henchman. Vinny is very useful. I don't know what I'd do without him.
I think he wonders that too.
Probably.
Would Vinny have been useful against rampaging ghost people? I don't know if his kind are effective against each other.
They are. But we're wielding 6 warded weapons. We'd be there to be a possibility of us hurting him too.
We don't want a friendly fire against Vinny.
So since he is my captain, basically, well, no, he is. Task him with taking the Utes and some of the other guys and going and helping our family. Taking care of, that's what we do. We take care of family.
So if I understand, everybody's got their items at this point. Have you decided on which way you're going in?
Sophie and I are driving up the driveway and carefully, I'm
I'm
assuming.
gonna try and
Go-
spirits touch anything we find so I can
Okay.
try and track that.
So who all is going and how are you going in?
I'm taking.
I understand. I got you and Sophie at this point. I need to know everybody else.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I've got the rapier that they gave me, and I'm driving with them.
So everybody just going with
Whoa! What rapier? Who gave you a rapier?
I thought you guys gave me a weapon.
We gave you a weapon. I didn't give you my rapier.
Oh, well, I didn't know. You didn't
no,
specify.
no, Rebecca, your weapon is something different. Don't sweat it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yes.
Colin had other bladed weapons.
I mean, I don't care which weapon I get. I can use a staff. I mean, my weapons aren't really physical anyway, so.
I'm gonna lend a hand, but do you guys mind if I do the driving?
I don't care. Whatever gets us there.
Okay, it's just a thing.
What? I'll drive my own vehicle. You can drive whatever you want.
Okay, I'll drive something else. But I don't know if you guys want to take my vehicle. It's a little big, so I don't know if we could easily maneuver in and out.
It's
We
essentially
can
the
take
Pork Chop Express.
Oh Lord,
the what?
it's a semi tractor trailer. Well,
That's
It's a big rig.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm reluctant to say this, but my car might actually be less conspicuous.
Is it a purple neon?
It is a red Mini.
Yeah. What, you gonna fit 2 people in there?
Do the Inquisition know that vehicle?
Yes, I would assume they do.
So it's probably not a good idea to be driving a vehicle probably registered to you or to kindred in the city.
Let's take Dottie's car.
The big rig might
big
be
rig?
while it's more conspicuous.
I
She's
I have my cargo van that's outside, but I would have to move my collection inside the house because I do not want to take it in a dangerous place.
I'll go with Miriam.
I'll ride with you, Dottie.
All right. Let's load up. Are we taking let's take Honoree's van. Honoree, if you want to actually put that stuff inside my my cab, you can also do that, but I'll leave that up to you.
Miss Sophie, is this house, is it safe? Can I bring it into here?
Yes, it should be safe. It sounds like it might be a little upsetting to Doug, so if you could put it somewhere out of sight.
They are in footlockers. So it's when they are closed, all it would look like is just a locker. So as long as Doug does not touch it and open them, he will be fine.
Leave these alone, okay?
It just looks like fine leather. It's because human leather is the best leather.
Well, that's debatable, but
Dottie, you have to back me up on this. Look, the leather it's the finest of all.
I don't know what's with you squeamish kids. I listen to the man. He knows what he's talking about.
Oh, I don't care. That doesn't bother me. I'm just surprised that human is the best leather skin. That's a first for me.
Well, it's because we're hairless. When you deal with like animal hair,
I beg to differ. I've seen some damn hairy men in my life.
I would not turn one of them into a book. That is worthless. I might as well go to a dog or an ape if I'm going to do that.
Okay, I'll give you that one.
We have 2 vehicles that are going?
Yes.
Okay. So it is the Pork Chop Express.
No.
At
cargo van.
Cargo van. So it is the cargo van and Miriam's sedan?
SUV. Her SUV.
SUV?
I'm in the cargo van with them.
Yeah,
Okay.
she has an SUV.
And then Robert's going to stay here.
Okay, that'll work.
He can stay there with Doug.
So
Making it.
squiggly line, scene transition. As you guys make the long trip around Ashland on the windy roads and going back up this very lonely road that goes up to the former mental asylum, very clearly marked off, as abandoned and whatnot. When you come pulling up, there is a truck kind of sitting out there by itself, and there's like some ash that are right in front of the vehicle.
Oh, what do you know? It's the Tremere.
I'm gonna run out of the car and run up to the truck and just start touching it.
I want to. Can I get out of the big rig and I want to try to investigate the cars, like look for tracks?
Sure, go ahead. So go ahead and roll.
We're taking the cargo van.
Go ahead and roll wits and investigation. And you are doing Spirit's Touch?
Yes.
Go ahead and roll for that.
I am not.
What's the difficulty?
Did you
difficulty
watch?
7.
No, I just
7?
got equal successes and ones. So
Oh, damn. You canceled yourself out.
canceled myself out.
2 successes.
Okay, so You are looking around, Samuel, trying to find tracks or whatever, some sort of clue, leading up to the place, and you end up finding something shiny on the ground,
All right.
and it looks like it's a ring.
Nice.
Okay. Uh, I'm gonna pull out some leather gloves, and I'm gonna put them on, and I'm gonna touch the ring, or I'm gonna grab the ring, and I'm gonna try to investigate it. Does it like what is it? Is it just like a just a does it look like a wedding band?
Mhm.
Like anything like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Are there any footprints like leading away from it, or is it just like just on the ground?
There were some footprints like right there where that ring was, and then there's nothing else. Like you don't
Okay.
see them go
I'm
anywhere
gonna
else. You don't see them go forward, sideways, back. Nothing. Just no longer there.
okay. I'm gonna go over to Sophie and be like, "Is this your man's?"
I hold out my hand for that.
Yeah. I'll put it in her hand.
And can I do spirits touch on the ring?
Sure. Go ahead.
Can I also burn a willpower?
You may.
Are we at the foot of the asylum right
Yes.
now, or yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're no
Uh,
more than maybe 10 yards from the door.
okay.
This building
I'm
is very
gonna.
run down, very damaged. The front doors themselves are broken open and just kind of laying to one side. They're not secured by any fashion. It's got spray paint up along the sides, of the building.
3 plus willpower, so 4.
Okay, so 4. Hold on one second. So you end up getting a complete description and, of course, the name, not that you really needed it, of the individual that this ring belonged to.
It's not really helpful. Well, I didn't get anything out of this that I didn't already know.
Do you think he went inside? Think that's where we're gonna find him?
Uh, I have no idea. I don't know why he would take this off. I don't know.
I'm not at this point. I'm gonna pull out one of my pistols. I'm gonna cock it so it's ready, and
Mhm.
I'm gonna pull out my sword just because I'm expecting company.
At this point, I'm gonna do aura pursue,
Okay,
see what I can see.
sure.
Lots of wraiths. Lots of wraiths. Well, specters, whatever.
Six.
Damn.
Good job.
You didn't suck for once. I'm so proud.
Yay!
That means out of character.
So you probably through the depth of your concentration, or your maybe a combination of that and your desire to find out just what the hell is going on, just really intently focus on this building. Probably because it was also a sort of a source of such terror the last time you were here. Not only was it also in the daylight, but haunted things and people dying, and tend to make for not such a good experience. So you're focusing on this building, and you don't see anything. Like there's no weird aura about it. There's nothing.
Miriam,
What?
I'm supposed to be able to see these things, right? Just the way that I can see Vinny.
Yeah.
There's nothing here.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, there's nothing. I don't get a weird vibe. I don't see any spirits. I see nothing.
And that's Colin's ring.
Did he sacrifice himself?
Is that a thing?
I don't know. I mean, his ring is here. Not the Tremere is ashed.
That's a great question, Damaris. Actually, you might
Who's-
want to rewrite what you just said and give me an intelligence and occult check difficulty 5.
About asking if he sacrificed himself
Yep.
with the fact that everything's gone.
You're pagan. You would know that.
Yes.
You would
Who's-
potentially know that sacrificial lambs. I mean that's that's where
Yeah.
that fucking term came from.
I'm about to say, why, yes. Yes, you can.
Do we know for sure this blood belonged to the Tremere?
I don't know how to do a DNA test. Do you?
I don't know if I could. I mean, I guess either it would be Colin's blood or it would be Vitae, right?
Yep.
Maybe
What am I rolling again? I'm sorry.
Intelligence and occult difficulty 5.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Could check and see if the. You can always spirits touch it and see what you come back with.
I was just thinking I could lick the bumper.
Well, you would know what
I
his blood
got
tastes like.
5.
You got 5.
Yes.
It's
Difficulty.
it's an older form of blood magic, like something that your people might have practiced like a long time ago. But there are untold, not only rumors and stories, but confirmed like rituals that are enacted. That if you have somebody to sacrifice or something to sacrifice up,
Makes the
it
magic
will
stronger.
essentially make the magic more powerful.
So I relate that to them.
Yeah.
So either he sacrificed the Tremere because of his magic, or he sacrificed himself.
to clear this place out of all the spirits.
Yep.
Yeah.
What would that
Like-
look like? What does that entail?
Depends on. the
Wouldn't we
ritual.
find the body?
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily. Now, this doesn't mean that maybe he's dead, but maybe he's just on a different plane. I don't know, but he is not here, and his ring is. And the Tremere's dust. So I'm thinking that he sacrificed himself. That's how pagan occult rituals work. And he was dealing in blood magic.
Yep.
Is there any getting him back?
I don't know where he is, if he is still here, and I'm sorry to be so blunt about it, but if he's gone, I don't know how to bring a soul back. You'd have to talk to Miriam about that.
Yeah, and you would know that Scry is limited to just this world, this plane of existence.
Yeah, even if I could try to scry, that's probably why I couldn't find him, but I found his truck because that's something that belonged to him.
Even
Wow.
if a spirit was lingering, if he is dead, possession is not a pretty thing.
Is there a reason why he wanted to clear this place out?
His note said that
But apparently I was too busy.
And I wasn't
that
powerful enough.
you were being targeted by the hunters, is what he said, and so you couldn't. You weren't available. He was concerned about cleansing it to make Ashland safer. To fix this problem.
Huh.
Okay, Jerome, I'm going to try and compel his soul to come to me if he's in the area.
Okay, go ahead.
Occult and intelligence.
Uh-huh.
So Miriam steps away and starts doing her wooge.
The technical term.
Yeah, it is. Difficulty is 6.
Mm-hmm.
3.
Okay. No results.
Okay, yeah, his spirit's not here.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
Not all spirits stay on the earthly plane.
He left you a note.
Yeah.
If he thought that he was going to be sacrificing his life, why wouldn't he have left a ring with you? Why leave? Why take it out here for it to? Maybe something happened to him that he did not expect.
Well, when you dabble in stuff you don't really know about, shit's about to go awry.
I don't know.
I'm going into the building
Okay,
to check it out.
sure.
I
I get
mean,
the feeling he knew what he was doing.
fact is Damaris couldn't find him probably because he had a ward on him. We don't know. He may be in the buildings. We don't know. So I'm going to look.
Okay.
I'll come.
I'm gonna obfuscate and come along as well.
Sure. Good idea.
I'm gonna head in as well.
Okay. So everybody is snooping around. Give me a wits and investigations check as you guys are poking around the remains of this place.
Two.
1.
I got one.
I just want to say I've rolled 2 dice and I got 2.
I got 4.
Nice.
That's great for you. You
so-
usually
That was 100% on that roll.
Just two.
Okay. So you guys
At a bunch of
four.
you
ones.
guys fan out just a little bit, not far enough that the group is completely split, but enough that you can
see each other.
you can still see each other. The building is still creepy. Don't get me
yeah.
wrong. It's at night. It's in complete disrepair. You know, there are signs that there was a struggle in here at one point in time. You can see faint signs of blood splattered on the on the ground and ceiling
Memories.
at one point. Yeah.
Dark splatters now.
Where Jacob died.
Yeah.
You can see the leftover. There's like some cobwebs and dust and whatnot. I mean, it looks, but I mean, otherwise, you're not, nothing weird is happening. No plates are flying off at you or anything's trying to come out and find you. Nothing
Do
like that.
I have aura perception still active, or do I have to re-roll for that?
You have to re-roll for individual instances. Who got the 4 on the investigation?
That was me.
And me.
Okay. So in one of the rooms, probably one of the doctor's office rooms, you find a filing cabinet that is rusted, but it looks like it's more from the elements, not just like water dripping down on it.
We didn't find that before.
We were trying to get out before. We weren't exactly
Yeah,
looking
nobody
for
was
filing
investigating
cabinets.
when you guys were coming through first. You were trying to get out of the death traps.
So it's rusted shut.
Yeah.
Oh, it's easy. Potence, pull it open.
Yep. No problem. What'd you get, Sophie?
5.
5.
Nice.
Oh my God, you're on a roll tonight.
I'm
Don't
very
jinx
motivated.
it.
Yeah.
I'm very motivated.
Again,
Oh, okay. Well,
You
we're not
don't-
going to jinx it.
you don't see anything.
Okay. So what's in the file cabinet?
There's some paperwork in here that's a little
Oh, honey
mildewy.
bunny, no. You can't be all teary eyed looking.
What, me?
Yes, you're gonna make me cry.
No, sorry, I have a running nose.
Okay, because it looked like you were
This
about to
time-
start crying. I'm like,
This
no.
time I have a runny nose. I was like, why? What's in the cabinet?
What's in the box?
What's in the box? What's in the
What's in the
box?
So, but yeah, you pull it open, and it's a filing cabinet. Some of the files here are mostly illegible because of deterioration or whatnot. But there's some paperwork in here. It's case files of like patients.
Oh,
What
So
kind of patient?
I'm not worried about that. I pull one out and look at it, and I'm going to try and see if there's anything there. Because if I try and compel it, and it's there, it should come to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to try and call it. Oh my God, this is great.
So you're
I'm
trying.
confused. What are you calling?
You're grabbing a
I'm-
random name and trying to compel.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't
Just
know if
looking
that's a
for the
good
spirit
idea.
that I don't see.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. You just rifle through and find a name
Hmm.
and enact your ritual, and nothing happens.
I do another one just to make sure. Because, I mean, there's no guarantee that person
Yeah, that's right.
would become
So
a
you
rape.
rummage through that one. Roll again.
I proclaim this house as clean.
Basically.
Devil child,
Burn.
devil child.
3.
Burn and sage.
Oh,
Okay.
wait, that's a 10. I need to re-roll that. 4. 4 again. I got 3 9s and a 10. Woohoo!
Nice.
I know.
Yeah. So same thing. You go through the motions of your ritual and focus. Focus on the name and nothing.
Sophie, there's nothing here.
That's what I've been telling you.
No. I get it. I get it. But they're not even in the area. This is
This has
Todd,
been
I hate
cleansed.
this has been cleansed.
So, where would they have gone?
They're dissipated. They're destroyed. It's basically like if one of us ashes, we just cease to exist.
I'm gonna reveal myself from off the stage and just like, so they didn't just move on.
You're breaking up. I can't understand you, Todd.
Well, he mentioned he's breaking up a little bit, but he said he's questioning about them moving on.
Moving on, like from house to another house, for example, just moving.
No,
It means like
no, as
spirits
in,
moving on.
did they go to their afterlife? Did they go to heaven or to hell or whatever? How do you know that they did not move on to their next existence and they were just destroyed? This is new for me.
No, I understand. It doesn't really quite work that way. It's not a soul. Because what you're speaking of in reference to is like a person's soul. This is a bastardized spirit that has remained and is pissed off and angry, and they don't really shit. I needed them. They don't really it doesn't quite work that way. It's hard to explain it to somebody who doesn't get it.
I seen the movie Ghost with the Patrick Swayze.
It's a
So
movie. It's
They're not going to
real.
be turning pottery together. It's okay.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
they,
That
but they had the bad ghosts and they moved on.
But this isn't a movie. It's not made up. It's not make believe. it's not going to be the same thing. You know, when you kill a specter, they just cease to exist.
Okay, so what should we do now?
Yeah, let's speed this up and then get out of here. Because if this is still a place that the Inquisition is looking for, we may want to get on out as soon as we can.
I'm not done looking through this place yet because there is a possibility maybe Colin's here, just maybe knocked out or something like that. Where I don't know, but
I don't think he's here. I mean, we found his ring outside. I don't think he's gonna take that off and drop it. I'm just saying we need to be realistic about this. You guys have searched, both of you, through your methods, and I have searched through mine, and I have found no trace of anybody or anything here either. I think if the three of us combined can't find anything, then there's nothing here.
Would you be able to find him if he was still in control of his own body? I mean, if he came out here messing around with ghosts and infernal stuff, isn't it likely that his body could have been over by something, walked away on its own? Would you still be able to sense him?
If I was able to locate
in theory,
him,
yes.
yes.
Oh, okay.
Miss Sophie, so you have when you try to touch his mind, and what did you see again?
I'm going to try it again, just to be sure.
Try what?
Telepathy.
Okay, go ahead.
Three.
Okay. So you come up with nothing. There's no connection. No tie. And with that is where we will stop for the evening because we've put in a full 3 hours. You have made a clean sweep.
Bastardo.
You have made a clean sweep of the facility, or what remains of it anyways. And you find no one here. Remains of like homeless that might come here occasionally, like leftover cans and stuff, but outside of that, nothing. So before
I'm gonna walk out of the building.
Okay.
And just go sit in the truck.
Okay.
Thought for a moment you were gonna say I'm gonna go walk into the sunset.
Probably feels like that right about
would Sophie
now.
take?
I know.
Would Sophie take the truck back home?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
He's stealing my truck?
Not Colin's truck.
Colin's truck.
Oh, Colin's truck. I was about to say, bitch, you better not be.
Eventually
So
she will take it back.
okay, so
Samuel, you should drive with Sophie. She should not be by herself.
Sure. I'll at least go and make the offer. She may wanna have some alone.
And you are new.
I'll try to,
Yes.
so with
I'll
that,
try to catch up with Sophie.
we do need to, since this is the first game of the month, we have XP to roll.
Anybody have a birthday?
So for those of the folks who weren't at the last game, because I did give out XP there, did we? Rachel, did you write down what XP you got for the?
Yeah, it was 10, right?
Yes. 10
Oh,
for the
yes.
end of the Chronicle. So if you didn't write it down before, like, because Rebecca, you weren't there, make sure you write down 10 on your character.
Okay. Why wasn't I there? Was that one night I didn't feel well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, my notes for this game are
Oh,
nothing.
I don't have any notes either. I have a couple.
I took
I didn't
2
write down my
pages of
experience.
Yeah, I
That's
don't know.
because Todd. That's because you spent it on that character.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
Does anyone have a birthday this month?
Nope.
Negative.
Jorge, was it your birthday last month?
In February, yeah.
Oh, February.
Yeah, we already got that.
That's right. Did anybody have a birthday in March? No.
No,
Okay.
we're good. So we're rolling XP. So who wants to roll the D4 plus 1?
Jorge, you do it.
Oh boy.
Okay, never mind.
No, I'll do it. I've got a D4 handy. It's my amethyst D4.
Ooh.
That's a 3. I got a 3 on the die.
So 4 total. 4
So
for the
4?
month.
Okay. So for us new people or our new characters, is that just 4 total for us?
Yes.
Okay.
Now that XP can be like if you still have another character, it can be applied to this one, or it can be applied to
Your old character.
your OG character.
Oh, gee.
The 4 points or the 10 points from last game?
4 points.
Okay. Oh wait, can I add tonight's XP to my other character that I didn't play tonight?
No,
Or
'cause
should
this is your active character right now, so no.
Okay, fair.
This would go to her.
Just checking.
No problem.
Oh, I want to say I'm sorry to everybody. I love you all much. I know Miriam's a bitch. She's in a knot right now.
I almost did quell on you. I was that close.
Doug almost pulled a gun on you.
That was hilarious. That would have been hilarious.
Wow.
The only reason I didn't is because I was already walking downstairs.
Yeah, just reach out, touch her right between the eyes. Quell.
I was going to. I was literally going to walk up to her and go,
You walk up, poke her on the nose, boop, and all of a sudden,
And then she turns into Stephen Wright.
fuck you, Damaris.
The actor. he
That
had
would literally been what it was. Fuck you.
he had a joke. There's the only joke that I remember of Stephen Wright's. I mean, he's done other stuff, but it was because he always talks in a monotone voice, and he's like, "When I was a kid, I'd watch TV. I saw a commercial. Only you can prevent forest fires. Oh no." And
I've seen that.
Yeah, and he's all, me going out the window at 3 a.m. with buckets of water. Sort of thing. And that was, I remembered that because he was so deadpan that it made me laugh. But it's like the only joke of his I ever remember. So anyways, so thank you all for watching or tuning in. Or I hope you had fun. Our next game coming up will be
The 17th.
Wednesday, the 8th, and that's Firefly,
sorry.
correct? Yes.
Sorry, I was
So-
thinking about this game.
and
This
then-
game is the 2E.
Yes, and then Cyberpunk will be on the 11th, so that's coming up this coming Saturday. So,
Hi!
hey,
You have a face!
Yeah.
Now we hear it.
actually, it looks pretty good too. It's not pixelized or anything.
Oh, there you go. Maybe my computer cooled off enough. I don't know.
It may have just been the connection at that point. Sometimes it's the
You
speed of
made
the
your
computer
bed.
too, but who knows?
I always make my bed. What are you talking about?
Mine's not.
So, with that, we'll go ahead and sign off. I hope everybody had a good time. I had fun.
Had a great
So we
time.
will see you guys
Yeah.
next time.
I had as much fun as was possible.
All right. Well, good night.
Sorry you lost your fiance.
Bye, everybody.
Oh, nice.
Hi, everyone. What?
She needs to stop misplacing him.
Oh, he's gone now. There's no misplacement.
I gotta